Wednesday morning, that means it's Picayune Wednesday, and in our studio to talk to us about what's in this week's edition of the Picayune, it's the editor of the Picayune, Daniel Clifton. Good morning.
Morning, everybody. How y'all doing?
We're doing good.
You ready for this weekend?
Absolutely. Well, no, it's supposed to rain this weekend.
Oh, that's true. But if you stay inside Sunday and watch the Super Bowl.
There you go.
That's
we've
true.
we've had our own deflate-gate incident here.
We
You
did.
Yeah, we did. Have you
What
checked your tires recently, Ed?
Oh, no. Oh, no.
You might want to get somebody to look at those before you head out.
Okay. All right. Well, listen, we're going to talk about what's in this week's edition of the Picayune. And we had the students and the teacher here on our show the other day talking about the new play for Marble Falls High School, Fiddler on the Roof.
Yeah. That's very good, and that's how it sounds. It's amazing to me every time I see these kids perform. I don't know how they get it out, where they get these kids from, if they're just ringers or sometimes. But I was at rehearsal last week, and I've seen Fiddler on the Roof at adult act, not adult, but at a more of a. It wasn't
Professional.
It wasn't really but they were really top quality some actors. And as a matter of fact, the lead guy, Tevye, was played by a Jewish man, and it was really amazing singing. But these kids nailed when I was in rehearsal. They nailed it. I mean, the Wolf Williams playing the lead as Tevye.
Yeah, they had to add some padding on him.
Yeah,
He's a little skinny for Tevye.
Yes, he's a little young for Tevye too.
Young for Tevye,
but the way he moved and the way he carried and sat, it was very. I was really impressed.
Yeah, when we talked to them the other day, they said they've been rehearsing since the last year, literally since last year, trying to get ready because this is a big deal that they're going to have. And you've got the complete story in this week's edition of the Picayune, times and locations where you get your tickets and all that kind of stuff. So check that out. If you're in the market for doing a little shopping and you love those thrift shops, there's a good story in this week's edition of the Picayune about one in Kingsland.
Yeah, and this one's a special one. It's a Disabled American Veterans benefit, and so the members of the DAV and the Women's Auxiliary, Ladies Auxiliary kind of run and manage the store, and you go into some stores, any place, and you're like, okay, I'm just here. It is so funny. Those people are they get right in you. They're just up, Bill Lewis and them folks. They will rib you. They have fun with you. They're
in your face.
Oh yeah, and it's not mean. It's just they're having a good time. And you sit there, and I sat there for about an hour a couple weeks when I was in there, and it was just fun to watch. It was like a show right there. Hey, I'll just sit right here, and he's just talking. They're talking away. And then they got great deals. One thing he does, he's got creative pricing.
Creative pricing
means there's no price on any of the items, so they'll wheel and deal with you. He said.
Yeah,
I like it.
Well, you was asking me earlier what I'm going to do this weekend. I may have to go to Kingsland and check it out
and get new tires because what you're.
Now, wait a minute. And another guest that we had on the show here recently, and you've got a story about it in this week's edition of the Picayune. Who knew that Marble Falls has a roller derby team?
Yeah. I mean, we're moving up in the world.
That's right. Marble Falls Nightmares.
I know, isn't that a cool name? You just want a T-shirt. I don't know if they have them, but you got to get one. And so Jared Fields went out and talked to him and spoke with him, and it's a roller. It's flat track. It's not the banked row, which I didn't know there was a difference.
I didn't either.
Special, but apparently there is.
Yeah.
And I had to read it just so I knew what. Because you see roller derby, and I've never understood it just looks so violent. But
it's so much fun. I'm so psyched that they're here, and they're having a big fundraiser this weekend.
That's right.
Too. A big taco sale on Saturday at the Boys and Girls Club.
And that's where they practice too, isn't it?
Yeah.
So they have a good time. So get out there and support them.
Yeah, and there's a story about that in this week's edition of the Picayune. We'll check it out. And speaking of T-shirts, they came in and did the show with SK. Got a T-shirt. I didn't get one.
Did you?
Yeah, I've got an official Marble Falls Nightmares T-shirt.
But I didn't get one. They didn't bring me one. So I don't count. I don't count.
Yeah, I guess not.
They're working on a special what's the word I'm looking for? A mascot outfit for you.
Oh, great. Well, check it all out. The Marble Falls Nightmares, the roller derby queens of Marble Falls in this week's edition of the Picayune. And we're coming close to closing out the Locals Love Us Award.
We still have some ballots in there, and we'll have their ballot, but it's coming up. So you got to get out and vote.
Yep. Yeah.
Go out and vote often. Vote early, vote often is my motto. As many times as you want.
Get it on.
You can vote one by picking up the Picayune and using the ballot in there, or you can go to KBEY-FM.com or dailytrib.com, right?
And vote online, too. Yeah, either way.
Do all three.
Well, read all about all of those stories and so much more in this week's edition of the Picayune. If it's not on your doorsteps today, tell them how to go about getting it, Daniel.
Well, you call 830-693-7152 and ask the folks up front to get you on the list.
All right, and as always, remember the Picayune is
free!
Daniel Clifton, editor of the Picayune, thanks for being here, bud.
All right, thank y'all.